Baby, I don't think you ever knew what happened to me the last time I touched you. I didn't have the words back then. My mouth was quiet, my mind was full of noise, and my heart was doing things I didn't understand yet. But now, standing on the other side of distance, with only your memory keeping me warm in the coldest places of my soul, I realize what I felt that day was something sacred, something that changed me in ways I still can't explain without my voice cracking or my chest tightening. You probably just remember the way I held your hand, or how our shoulders brushed, or how my fingers lingered a little longer than usual when I helped you with something small. But baby, for me, that moment wasn't small. That moment felt like my entire world paused, like time stopped ticking so I could fully realize what I was touching. It wasn't skin. It wasn't just warmth. It was something divine. Something that felt like I was holding the echo of every lifetime we've ever lived together. Something that whispered in my spirit, "You're not just touching her. You're remembering her." I didn't say anything because I was afraid that if I spoke it, I'd break the spell. I thought if I opened my mouth, I'd lose the connection. And I wasn't ready to lose it. I wasn't ready to admit that I felt your energy enter my body like breath, like prayer, like every ache I had been carrying was finally being seen, finally being soothed by something real. And now, even though time has taken us apart, and I don't know if you still feel me, I need you to know this. The last time I touched you, I didn't just feel affection. I didn't just feel desire. I felt truth. I felt alignment. I felt a silence between us that said more than any "I love you" ever could. You were calm, quiet, still, but my soul was trembling, like it was standing before something holy. And maybe you thought I didn't notice. Maybe you thought I didn't care. Maybe you thought it was just another moment, another casual contact in a world full of passing touches. But baby, what I felt in that moment, it was the kind of stillness that only happens in the presence of something God has written. And I've carried that moment with me every day since. Every time I miss you, every time I hear a song that sounds like your voice, every time I reach out to someone and wonder why their energy doesn't feel right, it's because I'm still haunted by that moment. That one sacred, fleeting moment when my hand met your skin and I didn't just feel warmth, I felt home. I felt the entire weight of everything we didn't say, everything we didn't fix, everything we didn't get to finish. And that weight didn't crush me. It held me. It humbled me. It made me realize that what we had, what we were, what we might still be, it was never ordinary. It was a vibration, a frequency, a language of the soul that can't be explained in words. And maybe I'll never get to touch you again. Maybe the world has already taken us in different directions. Maybe you've already learned to breathe without me. But I need you to hear this, not with your ears, but with the part of you that still checks the sky for signs when your heart aches without reason. I felt it. I felt you. I felt everything I never had the courage to say, and it shook me to my core. And now, in the silence that's followed, I speak your name in my heart like a vow I was too scared to make out loud, because the truth is, that last touch, it wasn't just contact, it was closure. Or maybe it was the beginning of something neither of us knew how to face, but whatever it was, it left a mark on me that no time, no distance, no distraction has been able to erase. And even now, when I close my eyes, I still feel it, that moment, that breath, that stillness. And I hope, wherever you are, you felt it too. You know what's strange, baby? That one touch, that single, quiet, unspoken moment, it didn't just stay in the past. It started living in me. It became a rhythm I couldn't silence. It echoed in my fingertips, in the way I've hesitated to reach for anyone else since. The world thinks moving on is easy, that you can replace a presence by finding a new face, a new laugh, a new body to hold. But what they don't understand is that some touches go deeper than the body. Some touches rewrite your entire soul. That's what you did to me. That's what you left me with. And baby, the last time I touched you, something inside me shattered, but not in pain. It shattered like a shell cracking open, like a spirit finally waking up after lifetimes of sleep. I didn't tell you, I couldn't. I didn't have the language. I didn't have the strength to say, baby, I think I just felt eternity in your skin. I was too afraid that speaking it would break the magic. But now, I speak it, because not speaking it is what's been haunting me. I've touched other hands since then, but nothing ever felt like that. Nothing ever moved through me like your energy did. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't sexual. It was sacred. It was as if for one heartbeat I remembered everything. Every lifetime we've ever met, every goodbye we never got to say, every promise our souls whispered beneath the stars when no one else was watching. And baby, the worst part, I didn't know it would be the last time. If I had known, I would have held your hand longer. I would have looked into your eyes deeper. I would have slowed down time with my breath and told the universe, wait, please, let me feel this one more second. But I didn't know. And now I carry that moment like a ghost, like a photograph no one else can see, tucked into the corners of my being. I walk into rooms and wonder why the air feels thin. I hear voices and wonder why they don't reach me. It's because no one has touched me since the way you did. And I'm not talking about my skin. I'm talking about my truth. You touched my truth. You reached inside a part of me I didn't even know existed. And you didn't take anything. You left something. You left the echo of what it feels like to be seen without performing. You left the vibration of what it feels like to be safe without asking for it. And now, I crave that safety more than I crave company. I crave that stillness more than I crave noise. I crave you, but not in the way the world talks about craving. I crave your energy, your silence, your breath. I crave the way the universe went still when I touched you. And baby, if I could go back, not to change anything, but just to relive that one instant where my soul said, she's here, she's real, she's in front of you, I would do it 1,000 times over. Not to keep you, not to possess you, but to honor that feeling with everything I couldn't say. Because now, every time I try to explain why no one feels right, I end up going silent. Because how do you explain a soul imprint? How do you explain a vibration that only one person ever activated inside you? I don't think I've ever said this before, but when I touched you that day, I felt God, not in a religious way, not in a doctrine, but in the stillness, in the alignment, in the way the world faded and only you remained. And I think that's what I've been chasing ever since. Not you, not your voice, not your presence, but that feeling, that sacred moment, where everything